Back with Cinema Grabass for the holiday season.
We've been gone for a while, dude.
Yeah, I think it's been 8 months.
Why'd we leave, dude? Where'd we go?
Well,
What's been happening?
Quite a bit's been happening, David.
You're, we can't nail down a time for you because you're always on tour, dude. So it's like,
Yeah.
how could you possibly keep a recording schedule if you're like in a different town every night? You know?
I know, yeah.
Every fucking night, dude.
I'm a real road dog.
Yeah, dude, you're a nomad, dude. Wherever you lay your head is home, dude.
It's so true. Yeah. I was on tour with the Found Footage Festival guys last weekend. Yeah.
Again, dude.
Again.
He sold out of diarrhea posters.
Yeah, I made some acute infectious diarrhea posters, so if you bought one of those, thank you.
Shout out diarrhea heads, dude.
A lot of people were saying that they're going to hang them in their bathrooms.
I would like it better if it was just in the living room, but that's just, it's too appropriate in the bathroom. But
Yep.
I'm kind of a twisted guy, though, so it's like.
It's true, yeah. It's one of my favorite VHS finds. I shared that with.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Very fucking funny. Your set was great. That was the first time I've seen you do that.
Oh, really?
Thing. Yeah.
Thank you.
I was supposed to come out to the show last year, but I got sick. For around every holiday last year, I was horrifically ill. So
Right. Yeah, I remember you were going to come out.
because they always do their Madison stuff around the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Madison Bless.
They do this whole stretch around the holidays with Chicago, Madison, Milwaukee, Eau Claire, and Minnesota. It's like it's where most of the fans are.
Right,
the
right.
Midwestern fellas.
I can't believe they've been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. Then their 20-year show was pretty freaking awesome, I got to say.
I was talking to one of my, because I'm friends with the guys that do the Unnamed Footage Festival, which is it's like an inside joke that like Found Footage Festival is like a better name for that than what it is.
Yeah, totally.
But I was just talking to them. I was like, yeah, I just went to the Found Footage Festival, and they're like, oh, you fucking traitor, dude. And I was talking to one of the guys, my buddy Evan. Shout out Evan. He's 30. I think he just turned 30 recently. I'm like, you were 10 when they started doing this, dude. So,
That's true.
which is fucking crazy, dude.
They've been doing it for a long time.
I mean, even me, dude. I was 14 when they started.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Young.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was going. Wow, I've been going to their show since like 2006, 2007, something like that. So
How did you meet them?
I met them.
At a show? Or?
Yeah, I always went to their shows. I used to bring them my zine. When in the Madison show, I brought him the zine a couple times, and then I became friends with Nick first, and we, every once in a while he'd hit me up for like a clip or something like that. And then when I started doing the Strange show, at some point, Nick, I was basically friendly with him, and then at some point when I was doing the Strange show, Nick was like, "Would you want to do that on our channel?" Yeah,
And then it just morphed into a kind of a live version sometimes.
yeah. I never had any intentions of doing it live, but
It's good, dude. It's funny.
thank you. When they were doing their Volume 10 show in Brooklyn, Joe was like, "Why don't you do a live set?" And I'm like, I'm getting nervous diarrhea just thinking about that.
Do you still get really nervous before, or are you getting used to it?
I'm getting pretty used to it. The Chicago show was the most nerve-wracking because I'd never done that material before.
Yeah.
So when the first time you're doing anything material-wise, it's like I was pretty nervous, but it went pretty well, I think.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friends that I went to the show with. I was like, these guys really got it figured out because it's kind of like doing stand-up.
Yeah.
But the video is the punchline. It's like a big punchline. You can add your little, you add jokes in, but it's like, as long as the video is funny.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you're not a total idiot. Or if you're like absolutely an idiot, then.
Yeah. Well, that was almost exactly the advice Joe told me to make me calm down. And he's like, let the video do the talking.
Right,
And
right.
as long as you're not completely irritating, and
It'll be fine.
yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
It's a genius, dude. It's
Yeah.
a genius setup.
they stumbled on something pretty special with that, I have to say. It's very.
Is that just what they do now?
Yeah.
That's their, I mean, I know they were joking about it the entire show. Like, this is the dumbest career of all time, but it's like literally their career at this point.
Yeah. They both. Joe worked for The Onion and Nick worked for Letterman in the early 2000s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then they made a documentary called Dirty Country together.
I don't know if I know about that.
It's really good.
What is it about?
It's about the world's filthiest country western singer, this guy from Indiana.
Dude.
Yeah, and he just swears like crazy, and it's actually really, really good. But
Hell yeah.
when they made that documentary, they were like, screw it. We're just going to
This is just it.
Yeah, we're going to do Found Footage Fest all the time. So
it's pretty cool, dude.
You know, it's been 8 months since we met up.
It's been a while, dude.
We've actually watched some movies together now.
It's incredible, dude. We have so many movies to talk about. Dude.
We do.
Now let's just run through them real quick and get back to not talking about the fucking movies.
I mean, I think the obvious starting point would be the new Harmony Korine movie.
We can start there. Yeah. Aggro Drift.
We went to Aggro Drift at the Alamo Draft House in Wrigleyville, Chicago.
In beautiful Chicago. By the way, I'm feeling great being back in the big city right now.
Oh, yeah, you're back.
It's electric. Especially this part of town, dude. It's crazy. There's stuff popping off.
Yeah, it's really crazy. There's like 90-year-old Polish people everywhere. That's about it.
Dude, it's fucking, you don't get this everywhere, Scott, okay? No, but yeah, we went to Alamo Draft House, and I remember before we walked in, I saw a person from my past, which was weird. I don't know if you remember that. I awkwardly ran into someone that I kind of went to college with.
That's right. I was like, damn, Mr. Big Shot movie maker, you're at the Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird because I don't live here, and it's just weird. But I obviously know 150,000 people that live here because that's just where you go when you're in the Midwest. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was just it was like one of those awkward, went in for it was like a handshake, but it was like, I don't know, is it a hug or is it it's just like, oh, what have you been doing? No,
it sucks the best.
So that's how we started off the evening.
Yeah.
And then then we saw the beautiful fucking piece of art.
Aggro
Drift.
Well, before we get into the movie, I got a cheeseburger there. Pretty good.
You did.
Yeah,
I didn't get
any
anything.
food, right?
No.
Yeah, see, on a long ago Cinema Grabass, I talked about if you're not eating there, then it's irritating. So I was like, I'm going to eat. I'm going to make this my night.
I don't remember why. I think I was, because since the last episode, I've moved in with my mom, and I'm starting to slowly financially recover. I think at that point I was in the thick of it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just sit here, and I think I got a soda or something.
Yeah, you definitely got a Diet Coke or something.
But I was there was no fun spending at that point in my life.
Do you remember before Aggro Drift started, they did that Alamo sponsored thing with Harmony and Matthew McConaughey?
I vaguely remember it. I remember it being weird.
It was so weird.
I think we were like, why is this a thing?
Because it was like Matthew McConaughey was like, hey, I'm here at the Alamo Draft House, Harmony Korine, and then they danced for 2 minutes together and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Weird.
So fucking weirdos, dude.
Yeah.
No, but I love the movie, dude. I think it's great. It's so good, dude.
It's my top pick of the year because I saw 3 movies this year.
You only saw three of this year?
Actually, maybe. I haven't seen that many new. I don't watch that many new movies anymore.
I probably haven't seen that many, to be completely honest with you. I've seen more than that, but it would be up there for my it might be my favorite as well.
It's awesome. It's
so
really,
good.
Original.
Super original. The story is kind of lacking, but I think that's not the point of it.
Yeah.
I don't think you go into it with going I wonder what kind of story he's gonna. It's the same as his last 5 minutes. I feel like he's obsessed with the Florida degenerate type stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just a different. This is about a hitman or whatever.
Right.
And it just looks insane. And I think we talked about it then. For the first 15 minutes, it's kind of annoying to look at.
Yeah.
But then you adjust to it, and then it kind of burns into your eye. Kind of like when you stare at the sun too long.
Yeah. What is that camera thing that he'd use? Solar vision?
It's like an infrared something.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly.
If anyone doesn't know out there, Harmony Korine, one of his latest movies, he used an infrared camera.
It looks crazy. For the whole, not just for not just for some shot, the entire feature film is that, and it looks awesome.
Stylistic choice. It was pretty awesome.
And it's kind of, and I think the only part that I didn't really like was the stuff with, what's his face, the rapper.
Which rapper was that again? I
forget his name.
Yeah,
I forget his name.
I can't remember.
But it just, so there's a part, not to spoil the movie for all the fucking listeners, but it's about this, he's the world's best assassin or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 45 minutes of him talking about how he needs a crew for this job. and he's like trying to get this crew.
Yeah.
And then that's where the rapper, I forget his why can't I think of his goddamn name, dude?
He's one of those rappers that just uses like normal names.
Yeah, it's like
I can't remember his name. Yeah, though.
John. We'll call him John.
Yeah.
But there's like this whole, they like make a big deal about them meeting, and they're talking about being assassins and stuff. And then he just does the thing on his own at the end.
Yeah.
Why was there 45 minutes of him?
I mean, there's really no
it was
story.
cool.
Yeah.
It looked cool, so I guess that's the point. But
that's just the point. It's cool.
It's just kind of, I thought it was going to go I thought we were going to get like a bunch of dudes at the end fucking just killing people and shit.
No, not really. It just
then if I remember correctly, the end is like kind of hyper violent, which is kind of my thing. Dude.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it was interesting. I'm glad we went. I'm glad, and also great runtime on it.
Yeah, what was
That's
it?
huge.
80 minutes or whatever?
I think it was less. I think it was like 70 something.
You excited for his other new movie, Baby Invasion?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
Which I believe it's like a first person shooter,
right?
Where everybody's heads are babies, and
it looks insane.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome. It's kind of played out, I feel like, to be like an indie filmmaker and be like, I love Harmony Korine, but he's just like, fuck everything, dude. He's just like, I'm not going to make a movie anymore, but I'm still going to make it a movie runtime, and I'm going to force you to go to the theater and see it, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen much info on that surfacing of, like when it's going to be coming to.
I don't know. I think it played and that's also the best part is that these movies play the biggest film festivals in the world.
Anywhere.
Yeah, dude. I have a feeling that I don't see Harmony Korine submitting movies to film festivals. He probably just goes, hey, I got something. And they go, okay, at this point. Which is so tight, dude.
Exactly.
And I think I've brought it up on this podcast before, but like when my movie Flesh Games played before Trash Humpers last year, well, I guess it's still this year, but earlier, whatever, dude. They got the print from someone in Nashville, maybe, or something. Yeah. I don't know, whoever. But he talked to the guy that had the theatrical rights to Trash Humpers or whatever, and he said that they don't even know how to contact him. He contacts them if they need to talk, which is
you saying that.
So cool. Dude. He literally lives like a fucking mob boss, but he's a filmmaker, which is tight, dude. It's so tight.
Yeah.
Didn't you say one of the you saw one of his movies? There was a screening. He was in town.
Yeah.
And he like disappeared, and then you saw him smoking a cigar in the back of a like SUV or something.
Yeah, that was at the Beach Bum Chicago. I don't know if I guess Chicago premiere, but yeah, he showed up and did this little intro before, and then just disappeared. And we saw him like afterwards for briefly, and then I saw he must have been like circling the block or something in the back of an SUV and smoking a cigar. And
that's so cool.
When I went to the Trash Humpers one at the Siskel Center, he gave this very coherent intro thing, and then the movie played and he came back in and he was like very not coherent.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
He got fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
He got absolutely shredded. He shredded his mind, dude.
So long story short, Aggro Drift, the Cinema Grabass #1 movie officially of 2024.
Probably of 2025, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe the decade.
Unless Baby Invasion comes out next year, I don't know what's going to beat it. Man.
That'll top it.
Now, a close second, Camp Blood animated. We watched this together on this couch.
Yep.
And I believe I was coming down with COVID while I was watching it, which is hilarious. Which is crazy that you didn't get COVID from me.
I didn't get it.
Because we went and got pizza. We hung out for hours, dude.
Yeah.
And I just like, and I'm not the type of guy, I'm like a hypochondriac. I would never show up somewhere sick on purpose. I literally got here, and then I was like, I feel fucking weird, dude.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, I just started feeling weird.
You had COVID, and we watched possibly the greatest animated movie of all time.
Yeah.
Camp Blood X. Camp Blood X.
Which you got the Blu-ray, not the VHS tape.
The Blu-ray.
Yeah. Because VHS is over, my friends.
What was the guy's name? Oh, Future Video put it on VHS. Shout out to him. He is a great guy.
He's cool. He's cool. It's too bad that the medium's dying. It's over.
Well, I have to be honest with myself. If I'm here and I want to watch a movie, I'm not throwing it in a VHS. I'm just
no. I still do sometimes, but it's just because I have a tiny CRT that is on my desk next to my computer. So I'll pop in tapes while I'm working and stuff. But
I do that in my office.
If it weren't for that,
No.
Not watching the tape. You kidding me?
I don't have I keep the VCR out of here. I just keep the Blu-ray DVD. So
Pristine,
yeah,
beautiful quality of DVD.
And let me tell you, watching Camp Blood X animated on Blu-ray is an experience.
Needs to be on Blu-ray so you can see all the pixels and whatnot.
It's the world's first animated slasher movie, and it's kind of like, it's almost like early 2000s animation.
It looks like PlayStation 2 cutscenes.
Yeah.
Or maybe even PS1. Like, they look pretty bad. And I remember nothing about except for pissing. I remember pissing. That's all I remember.
I mean, that's all I remember, too. Actually, that's a lie. I've watched it like 6 or 7 times. So.
Like I said, dude, this has got to be, I mean, when did this come out? Did this come out?
It came out this year, yeah. It was 2023.
Oh boy. Well, we're gonna call it 2020. That's number 2 best movie of 2024, dude.
Number 2 recommendation.
Yeah.
Also, usually people count down, and 1 is the last one.
Yeah. The best is Aggro. This is the second best.
Number 2, Camp Blood X. I'd recommend it.
And again, I wouldn't recommend getting COVID, but it's weird to watch that while you're like, I don't really feel that good, dude.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre experience.
It is a really weird experience. You feel everything is like, I think we were talking about how they didn't get any of the lighting right. Like nothing is lit like that in real life. So
No.
It messes with you, and all the movements and mouth movements are really weird. And
so bizarre, dude.
The pissing scene where the lady like starts pissing, and then like a skeleton appears, and she pisses in the skeleton's mouth. The skeleton disappears. Yeah,
actually, my kink is pissing, women pissing into skeletons' mouths.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I mean, I have to have that, otherwise it's not happening. Yeah,
nothing's happening, and we're back again. Professional podcasters.
Yeah, what just happened? The card.
The card. Well, I didn't check how much space was on the card, and it got full, and then.
Yeah.
Now I'm out of breath because I had to go across the street to get another card and walk up 1 flight of stairs.
It's a big flight, though.
It's pretty big, dude.
It's a big flight.
You were a little winded, too, dude.
A little winded, yeah.
I'm still winded, but that's beside the point. Oh, all right, where were we? Oh, what were we talking about?
Oh, what was that? Oh, yeah. So we went to the Music Box based on your recommendation. I'd never seen any of these guys' movies.
Yeah.
He's a guy from Grand Rapids,
Michigan.
Yeah.
His name is Joe Petrikis. Shout out. Joe Petrikis. We're Facebook friends, dude.
By the way, totally recognized you or knew who you were.
Yeah, he's like, that's the guy that was annoying me trying to find out where Vulcanizadora, which is the movie that we're going to talk about, is playing in the Midwest.
I never have verbalized that.
Vulcanizadora.
It's Vulcanizadora.
I think so.
Okay.
Which I believe is Spanish for like the tire shop or something.
Huh. Okay.
Which is relevant if you know the movie.
Oh,
you remember?
Oh, yes. I do remember now. Yeah. Yeah.
It
was pretty dark.
It's a dark ass movie, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. It's extremely my style of movie.
Yeah.
Technically a sequel to a movie called Buzzard,
which I didn't see, but I still really liked Vulcanizadora.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like you literally, it does not matter if you've seen the first one, but if you have seen the first one, it's kind of like cool. It like adds another.
Okay.
Which I'm in the middle of writing something kind of like that too.
Oh, really? It ties into your universe of.
Yeah, and I'm tying multiple movies together. I'm on my Kevin Smith shit, dude. I'm on my other Trashiverse, dude. That's what's happening. But yeah, Vulcanizadora was great. It was a part of the Chicago International Film Festival.
Yep. Yeah. It's the only thing I went to. I think I've ever been to for that festival.
Really?
It was really cool.
He was great.
He was there in attendance.
He was there.
Yeah.
There was a surprising amount of people at that screening too. I thought it was the big room and it was like not sold out, but like a ton of fucking people there.
A lot of people. And I think people as a crowd enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole movie was based around one of the contraptions.
Yeah, there's a contraption which is pretty sick and twisted.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And it's a really interesting, again, try not to spoil it because there's like a big thing, but like there's a twist that happens in the middle. So then you just kind of have to deal with it the rest of the movie, which is like very bleak, but like so up my alley, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. It was bleak.
I really liked it a lot. I like both of those guys. I like both of them because Joel's in the movie too. He's like one of the main characters.
Right.
I like their like dynamic together. Yeah. One of my favorite scenes is when they were camping and he was singing fucking Voodoo by Godsmack.
Oh, yeah.
Which I want to find out how he got the rights to that, dude. That had to have cost. Or I wonder if did he edit it enough? Because like he would like, it would like, the whole bit was like it was skipping like every so often. So like, like it never played like fully through. So I wonder if you get it like cheaper that way or something.
I think I've heard that like, what is it, like 15 to 30 seconds is fair use.
Yeah, so maybe he's like, we can only do 14 and a half seconds and then it skips.
Because it was the actual track, but he was just...
I think so, unless they like AI'd something very, very similar or something, which I wonder, can you get away with it that way too? Could you AI Godsmack Voodoo and then be like, it's not the song, dude, it's not the...
Well, also, I've heard that for screening at festivals and stuff, you can use stuff.
That's true. You just
like when you start distributing.
I think festivals want you to take care of it, but it's not really a big deal. Like just before you make money off of it, you should. Exactly. So maybe but I can't imagine that scene without that fucking song.
That was really
it was so funny. He's like cutting a fucking glow stick open and like it's so funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He's a good filmmaker. It's
really good.
Yeah, it's very.
And that was
crafted.
That one was shot on 16 millimeter, I think. It's got a really nice look. I think that's the first one I've seen of him that shot on film, other than like, I think he made a couple shorts that were on like 16 millimeter back.
Oh, really?
But everything else was digital.
I like that he sticks to his home area too. It's all shot in the Grand Rapids area. Really, like actually awesome locations out there.
Yeah, dude, it looks crazy. Like you wouldn't even...
It doesn't look like the Midwest, actually.
Yeah, you wouldn't guess that it's fucking
that's
Michigan, dude. It's pretty crazy, dude. Yeah, I think he's made everything in and around that area.
Yeah. Lake Michigan looks a little different over here in Illinois.
It's a little more twisted,
a little rougher around the edges.
It's a little scarier, dude. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that movie. I almost forgot that we were going to talk about that movie.
Yeah. Should we call it number 3?
That's
Cinema Grabass number 3.
That's number 3. That's for sure number 3.
What else did we see? Actually, I literally can't.
Now I'm just thinking about Vulcanizadora and I just want to watch it again. He's fucking.
Does he put his stuff out on Blu-ray and stuff like that?
Yeah, because he all of his shit is produced, or he just, I don't know how he does it. It's all oscilloscope, so they put out.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
So, but I don't know how he got linked up with it. I think he like literally just got lucky. Well, not lucky. I mean, obviously he makes shit that they like, and that's what.
Yeah.
But like, I think he like literally just sent his first movie to them, and they're like tight. And then now just every movie he just, and he's like, it's so cool, dude. It's like I go in waves with like my filmmaking where I go like, oh, it'd be great if I could just eke out a living doing this. But then on the other hand, I look at guys like him, who he's like a full-time film professor. Like he has a job.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just makes a movie in the summer and nobody can tell him shit, dude.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't give a fuck. He can just make whatever he wants.
That's awesome. And he's got like a stable of people, actors, and people to help out on set and locations.
And I'm sure he like has his students help and shit and like whatever, dude. He'll just make a movie once every couple of years and nobody can be like, oh, make it this way. He's like, well, I'll just not do it then, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I have a job, dude. Just, who cares?
Joel Petrikis is his name. In case you're getting lost. Joel Petrikis.
Shout out.
Yep, shout out to him.
We briefly talked to him after the screening.
And he was like, David Dawkins, is it?
Yeah, Dawkins. And I said...
No, he said your real name, and you were like, I don't know if I've ever seen you happier, to be honest. You were really happy.
It was just surprising. It was surprising that he recognized me, but
it was a nice moment for you.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was a great night too. It was fucking. Although I will say that we didn't get out of that fucking place until what, midnight or 1 or something.
Yeah, it was like a Wednesday,
and then I'm living even further north. I literally did not get to sleep until 5 in the morning. I think.
Yeah,
and then it was that part was a nightmare.
Pretty brutal. We had empanadas before.
We got empanadas.
You learned what an empanada was.
I didn't really know what the fuck that was, and which that could bridge into our next the movie that we saw together. Oh, with David the Rock, because I believe that David the Rock. You asked David the Rock Nelson if he knew what empanadas were, and he did.
He did,
which was very surprising to me.
David the Rock Nelson. getting close to 70 years old and knew what empanadas were.
And I didn't. A 34-year-old man.
Yep.
Who's lived in the area my entire life. Fat. Fucking loves food.
And this old guy,
this old motherfucker,
David the Rock
loves to drink milk and stuff. He still like believes that the food table that we were taught 20 years ago is the correct one.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The food.
Oh,
like, eat a bunch of bread, drink a bunch of milk. Like that's how he.
He's like, I drank 3 glasses of milk.
He's like, and I ate peanut butter because it's got protein. It's like that's the worst kind of. I mean, there is protein in it, but like. That's not. It's also sugar and
yeah, dudes from that era. Like, you ever like watch 80s movies, and everyone's like just eating whole sandwiches and drinking milk and stuff.
They loved
like,
milk, dude,
and they're like ripped. Everyone is ripped, and like the fat guys back then are not even that fat.
They're not that fat.
I think the food has changed.
Oh yeah, so. I'm sure that's part of it. But yeah, it's just funny that because he goes on these like psychotic tirades on Facebook, and he'll just be like, and also in real life, he does the same thing.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm almost 70. Well, he doesn't say fucking, but he says I'm almost 70 and I still got it. You know, I do cardio twice a week, and I do 50 push-ups every 2 days, and I eat peanut butter because it's got a lot of protein and a glass of milk, and he probably like eats corn, and he's like, yeah, that's my vegetable.
Speaking of his cardio. He told me about what he does for cardio sometimes, and it's like he walks really intensely around the block a couple times.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was a little worried about him at the screening actually, because he did his, he got up there, ripped his shirt off, did some shadow boxing, but he was out of breath for a long time. This time
he's getting up there in age.
No, man,
he does still got it. So Strange Tapes did a co-screening with the Music Box and Saturn's Core audio video of David the Rock Nelson's Conrad Brooks versus the Werewolf, which Saturn's Core put out on Blu-ray right here.
Beautiful,
very beautiful packaging.
Looks great.
Yeah,
I heard there's a cool little insert in there too.
Oh, there
might be made by an elegant graphic designer. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
Mini issue of Strange Tapes inside.
Wow.
Slip case is sold out, but you can get the non-slip case if you want to see the little Strange Tapes. There's like a whole bunch of contributors, including Heather Drain and Ross himself, Taylor Hyder. You know her, right?
She's Chicago. Yeah. She's been to like the Blood Sick screenings and stuff.
Yeah. She's done some Wave screenings here in Chicago too. She seems like a cool lady. So pick that up from Saturn's Core.
Pick it up.
Conrad Brooks. But the screening was the real story here. The screening was amazing.
It was great. Packed. It was in the little micro cinema, but packed to the gills.
Yeah,
and fucking it was a great time.
He put on a
few
show.
Screenings.
Yep.
I got a ticket to both because I'm a real motherfucker.
Yeah. I appreciate you doing.
Which honestly, I feel like I could have just walked in the way that I was just, but whatever. They weren't. I'm supporting the arts, dude.
Yes. We don't encourage that behavior. Music Box is a good place.
It's a great place.
It's a great place. So it was really, really fun. David, it was supposed to be a Q&A. David gets up on stage and not many Q's going on. A lot of A's that no one asked.
I think you guys got in one Q the first time at least. I can't remember the second.
So he was going off about tons and tons of different things, specific details about Des Plaines, Illinois and LA suburbs and all these other monster movies. And at one point I chimed in, so, David, I understand you made a movie, which was after we had just watched his movie. And he didn't take the bait. He was in a mode, and it was pretty awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah. He did kind of start going.
There was some controversy at the end, but
he went down a little bit of a political path.
Yeah, which is always fun.
Which is brief.
It was always fun.
It was pretty fun. And I think everyone there took it in, like,
Dude, if you look at a guy like David Rock Nelson and you go, fuck him because I don't agree with his politics, it's like, there's something wrong with you, dude. Because what do you expect, dude? He's almost 70. He was a Marine. There's a clear path for it where his brain is going to get. It's like, duh, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's obvious.
No. Yeah.
But it was
all
fun.
Things considered, he didn't go that far down the path.
No, it was actually really funny the way, because he started, he's like, wait a minute, and then you guys were like, all right, let's wrap it up, and then everybody left, and it was funny.
But my brother, who was in the crowd, said that once he started talking about some of the political stuff, he saw me like kind of do this like
tense up.
No, like I dove to like stop it. And me and Will Morris, who is the programmer there.
Email me back, Will. What's up?
Yeah. Shout out to Will Morris. He's awesome.
Shout out. He's awesome.
He does
email me back.
He's part of a group that does a podcast called Oscar Bait.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if you listen to this, email me back. Dude.
Yeah. Will is one of my favorite people on earth. And
very tall.
He's very tall. He's just a nice guy, but we had this game plan.
Super nice. He's sorry to cut you off, from Southern Illinois. We talked about.
That's right. He is.
Shout out Joe Swanberg.
We got to add him to the list. But we had this game plan when if and when we were figuring it was when David started talking about politics, we'd cut his mic. But the thing is, his mic died a long time ago.
He doesn't need the
no one noticed that his mic wasn't working. So that plan
out the window. Dude.
Yeah, but if you can, please check out the work of David the Rock Nelson. It is
fun stuff.
One of a kind.
I haven't seen a ton of his, like, I don't know if I've seen any, like, full, because I don't own his DVDs, so I've never sat through the full experience, really. But of the stuff that I've seen, I think that's my favorite.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's a nice length.
Like, yeah, it's not 4.5 hours.
81 minutes. But
81 minutes.
I have the DVD that I got directly from him. Literally, the runtime is 4 hours.
Yeah,
it's 4 hours.
And doesn't he, correct me if I'm wrong, he does like a director's intro?
Yep.
Which is usually 2 minutes long. It's just like, hey.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. I'm glad, I hope you like the movie, blah, blah, blah. But his is like an hour or something.
Yeah, it's like at least 45 minutes.
It's probably, I have to imagine it's like a version of what he does during Q&As.
Yes.
To a camera.
It's just him by himself in his basement. That's
so fun.
And actually on this, little hidden, I'll spoil it, a little hidden Easter egg thing that Ross included is, you know how you can start a Blu-ray and it'll be like a director's intro, like, hey, this is Martin Scorsese. I hope you enjoy my movie. And it's like you said, like 2 minutes.
Yep.
He included that with director's intro, but he plays the whole thing. So you get caught off guard, like, oh my God, this thing is 50 minutes long. I can't.
It's real. It's real. You're not getting COVID. This is real. It's happening.
You don't have COVID brain.
Yeah.
You are actually experiencing a.
But yeah, that was a great screening.
Yeah.
It's a good way to bring in, because it was like the weekend before Halloween. It was nice and spooky.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, and my favorite part of the screening is that you and I had to go to Dairy Queen down the block to get some food to fuel The Rock before his big. I remember you talking to him. He's like, "Why don't you guys just go and get? Because I gotta stay here, you know."
Yeah, he was
cracking me up, dude.
Working the merch table, and we went to Dairy Queen down the street from Music Box and got David a hot dog.
And he wanted a burger. I was nervous because he wanted a burger, but at this location they only had certain things.
Yeah, not many hot eats, mostly cool treats.
So I was like, oh no, what if he hates hot dogs? Like, get this crap out of my face. Yeah. But no, he seemed fine with it, so that's great.
Yeah, it was a night to remember.
All in all, one that I'll remember for the ages.
Yeah. So number 4 on our list is
yeah, number 4. Yes, well, I guess the Blu-ray came out in 2024.
There you go.
But when did the movie come out?
This was
technically
91, 2, 3, 94.
94. Wow.
So, but still, number 4 on the Cinema Grabass list, end of year list.
Best movies.
Conrad Brooks versus the Werewolf.
Great stuff. Shout out Werewolf of Berwyn. He was at the screening. We hung out with him. He always slides me a Faygo now when I see him.
Me too.
Shout out, whoop whoop. That's what's up.
He gave me one after the found footage show in Chicago.
Nice.
A new flavor I've never seen before.
What was it?
It was like a sour apple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
was it good?
I lost it.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Werewolf of Berwyn.
Oh no, dude.
I lost it. I
put it in his ass and he forgot it.
Yeah. Yeah, I shoved it in my ass.
And then he just forgot that it was up there.
I forgot a bunch of stuff there that night. It was really weird. I forgot, like, my square reader thing, my, like...
You got a square reader, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Damn, dude, you're fucking for real now. Dude.
I know, I'm not messing around. Those diarrhea posters, I'm just like...
Fucking shooting off the fucking shelves, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta fucking swipe that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you get so if you do stuff like, dead formats or something, you're gonna have a fucking square reader.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Dude. Yep. Oh, we went to Dead Formats.
That's another movie that we kind of watched together.
We kind of watched that one.
Yeah, shout out Dead Formats in Indianapolis. The probably the only or the biggest VHS centric convention that I can think of
in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Besides,
there's the VHS Fest, but
yeah,
I don't know. That one feels different to me. I guess it's a little bit more the old Dead formats felt different to me because it was like straight up. There weren't screenings or anything. It was just dudes and tapes, and that's all it was. But now it's getting a little bit more
dudes that look exactly like us,
just a bunch of
around.
But yeah, now it's getting a little more because it's a little more like VHS, like a mini VHS Fest with screenings and stuff.
The screenings were fun. I felt very lucky. I got to show the Mind's ass there.
I drove to.
Hey, I'm not going to say anything. I
underestimated the amount of time it took me and producer Brian, who's not here right now, to recipes. He's dead. I underestimated the time it would take us to drive and get Raisin Canes. And come back.
David missed the screening of my short film because he got Raisin Canes.
I was fucking starving, dude.
I have forgiven you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I had seen I've seen it. You sent me the file, but
it's okay.
And then I fucking watched it during the fucking Chicago screening where it fucked up a little bit, but that's beside the point.
And I had a little minor meltdown mentally. It was all internal mostly. Where
it was fine. I really don't think that. I think you would have to know the edits.
No one
inside and out to know.
No one else noticed, but there was a lag from the DCP. The Mind's Ass screened before.
Did you get a DCP made for the Mind's Ass? Damn.
Well, Will made a DCP.
Oh, did he?
With the Conrad Brooks and then the Mind's Ass before it. Yeah.
Will,
I think you can only run DCP from that small theater.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, Will, email me back, dude. Because I don't know if you've ever actually had to go to a company to get a DCP made.
I've never had to.
But it costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Does it really?
Fucking nightmare. Yeah.
A lot of festivals only accept that. Right?
Yeah, the bigger ones do.
What does that stand for? Digital
Cinema Package, I think.
Digital Cinema Package.
Yeah. Basically, it just fucking breaks the movie down into the highest resolution possible.
Okay.
So basically, you just you show up to screens with a hard drive instead of a fucking DVD or Blu-ray or whatever.
So funny. My whole mixtape video art thing, the Mind's Ass, is literally I took it off the VHS and he made a DCP. So, and it's like the lowest possible quality, the analog VHS thing. And then he tries to put it into the best possible quality. And there was still some kind of weird.
Yeah, it still got weird and kind of fucked up.
Weird playback issue.
That's funny. I've only had, I think, Bone Barrel. I had a DCP made for a festival that I played.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else. Most of the other festivals, I think most festivals prefer a DCP, but they're fine, you fucking poor piece of shit.
I got a little ambitious and I submitted the Mind's Ass to Slam Dance.
Hell yeah, dude.
I got rejected.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Slam Dance is
that's a big
when I first started making movies, it was there's almost a chance I feel that you could get into something. Now it's because it's funny because Slam Dance started as the alternative to Sundance,
right?
But now it's just another Sundance. I feel like so it's
seems like it's huge.
Yeah, it's really big now. I think they're in LA now. I think they moved.
Was it in Utah or wherever?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got the rejection letter, and it said something we received something 10,000. It was something ridiculous. It wasn't. Yeah. Submissions.
So is that do you submit? Have you submitted others?
I've never submitted.
Well, I have. Listen, buddy, I could fucking. If we weren't recording on my phone right now, I could pull up. I save every rejection that I've ever gotten in my entire life. Hundreds of the fucking. Did you submit it on Film Freeway or straight to them?
Film Freeway.
Yeah, there's most of sometimes they'll nicely make their own message or at least make it seem like it's not a mass rejection, but 80% of the time it's sorry. All right, bye.
Yeah,
But you just got to get used to it.
I kind of expected it wouldn't get in there. So the reason I did it too was I told Joe from the Found Footage Fest because he submitted a ton of stuff. He's gotten that Chop and Steel documentary, the film fest. I think it played Tribeca. Is that how you say it? Tribeca Film Fest in New York. Chop and Steel played that.
That's pretty wild.
Pretty crazy. So he's like, dude, just go big. Don't go to the little film fest. Go Slam Dance and all that. And I'm like, all right. And then.
I do sort of agree with that because you can get wrapped up. being like an indie filmmaker, you can get wrapped up in like there's 100,000 little festivals that will probably play your thing,
right?
But it's like you're just giving them money most of the time, and it's for nothing. Like like you really have to. The only things that I submit to now are like, I'll do some big stuff if I feel like the project warrants it. I assume it'll get rejected, or there's like a couple festivals I've played before and I like a lot, and I know it's at least a good time. And then there's like friends thing. That's it. Other than that, I'm not going through going this festival. It's just not happening anymore, dude.
It just dawned on me. This is actually some pretty good film and movie related content.
We're fucking cinemania.
We're really great podcast.
Yeah, dude. We're so good at this. But people are probably gonna hate it because I mean we've garnered a few fans.
Yeah,
with the podcast.
They're used to us talking about Panda Express and fat guy stuff. So
they're gonna be like, movies. Turn it off. So,
I actually, some of the older ones when we stuck to movies, I actually think it's decent because we talk about movies. We go on our little tangents. That's
I prefer the tangents personally.
Tangents.
That's just me.
There's got to be some kind of balance, though. It can't be all tangents.
Yeah, well, if it were just me talking right now, it would be all tangents. But which, by the way, I've been trying to it's so lame. Yeah. But I've been trying to podcast since like podcasting like over a decade at this point. And here and there, I'll start a podcast with somebody. There's one point where I tried to record one episode of something on my own, and it was impossible. I don't know how people do shit
dude, like
that,
Bill Burr.
Yeah, I just sat there. I was like, so I just went and saw a movie. Dude, it sucked ass, dude.
I watched this really good movie the other day.
How do you? It's so hard to like. It's hard enough to just like. I've gotten to the point with like you and I on this podcast now where I'm not even really thinking about the fact that we're podcasting right now.
Yeah,
but it takes a while to get to that point.
Yeah, the first couple minutes you're like,
and even with another person, like by yourself, it's a nightmare. All you're thinking about. I don't know how to. But what if
that Mo? No,
oh no, yeah. Unless you're. I mean, I'm sure people like Bill Burr. I'm sure he can. People that speak for a living every day. I'm sure they can get out of it. But
he's known as a ranter, so he's just kind of like ranting the whole time, and it can be pretty entertaining.
It's very hard to do. It's an insane skill.
Oh yeah.
Which I know you're basically a stand-up comedian now, so
in a way,
yeah, you're like
it's video-based comedy.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, y'all ever heard of diarrhea? And then you play a video about diarrhea, and there was a.
Just ever hear this diarrhea stuff? Isn't it?
What is happening on the TV, dude?
Oh my god! So we're watching Medea.
Is it still Medea?
I can't tell. It looks.
I think it is.
Some guy just got tomato soup thrown in his face.
Yeah, but it looked like if you just squint at it, it looked like something horrific was happening.
Yeah, it looked like a
gore scene.
Oh, it's Norbit.
It's Norbit.
Yes. This was not intended. Remember our Norbit tie-in from the trailer episode?
Yes. Why did you have that? You just had it on your head on your desk. Yeah. Look at that, dude. Everything's connected, dude.
I watched Norbit for the first time down in Carbondale too.
That's where that's the story that I remember. Yeah, you were drunk in a lawn chair, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the lawn chair was inside too.
Yes, and I said that sounds right.
Very Carbondale.
That's Carbondale.
Oh, I don't think we've talked since I made that drive, but I made that drive I went from Chicago through Indiana, through Louisville, and then we played a show in Nashville. Found footage guys. Mm-hmm. We came back up. I went through Carbondale and all that stuff.
Did you?
And I've said this a couple times.
Did you actually go through? Because Carbondale's like a few miles off of the highway.
I was in the general region. I remember seeing it on my map. Right. And like, yeah. So, but I was really impressed with how Kentucky and Tennessee looked. I was like, man, this is really nice. Big rolling hills and like lush green. And then when we came back into Illinois, I'm like, garbage.
Yeah, like this piece of shit, dude. Did you happen to go through a town called Cairo or Cairo?
Cairo. I think I saw it on. I've always heard people say, "Is it?"
It's so scary. It's literally like a ghost town. Like you drive through it looks like a ghost town, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I know. I'm speaking in generalizations here, but that almost looked more like what I imagined the South might look like.
It's the South.
It is the South. Yeah.
People. When I lived down there, people would argue because, I don't know, they just have no reference of the other part of the United States. But it's the South, dude. You go to the gas station, people have a twang in their voice. Like, it is the north of the South, for sure. Straight up.
Yeah, I believe it.
People they go, oh, Northern Illinois, Southern Illinois. Can't be that different. It's completely different, dude.
Well, Northern Illinois, too, is like, it's only, basically it's the 815.
Right.
Like, that's really Northern Illinois. Everything other than that, it's the start of Southern Illinois to me.
Exactly.
Because that's where the Southern accent kind of starts.
Yep.
Like, we're very Wisconsin and Chicago, where we're from, Rockford and Freeport.
Yep.
I think it's influenced by Chicago and Wisconsin a lot more.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Even like if you think about like the Chicago accent is a little. It's got the Wisconsin like
the hard
vowels. Yeah, like
super harsh vowels.
It's all So it's definitely, dude. I have arguments with people all the time. You know, I'm a big argue type guy. Sure, I love to argue, but
very confrontational.
Yeah, dude. I'll fuck you, dude. I'll fuck you. But like, there's a debate on what the Midwest is, and honestly, I'm starting to go like, I don't know if we live in the Midwest, dude. I think this is just the Great Lakes region, dude.
Oh, interesting.
I think the Midwest is something different, dude, because people call like Missouri the Midwest, and I'm like, fine, you can have it, dude. We're the Great Lakes, dude.
That's interesting, yeah. And if you think about it, like Nebraska, like what are the Dakotas? Is that the Midwest?
Plains? I don't fucking know, but I don't know what the different. I don't know.
Yeah,
because certain maps will include that into the Midwest, and I go,
I'm like,
well, yeah, I don't even fucking know. Fuck that.
It's funny the people, because I have a couple buddies in Washington State, like Taylor Duff, who does Video Arena. Oh, shout out to him. But I remember him saying, he's like, you guys out on the East Coast, and I'm like,
I've heard that too. I've heard that too. But if you look at the map, we are
we're way closer.
Midwest does not make sense.
No,
it's not the middle or the West.
I think Nebraska and that stuff makes more sense. Actually.
It does. So I feel like we should claim the Great Lakes regions.
Yeah,
and you can have your fucking Midwest, dude. I don't give a fuck. Okay, because I refuse to agree that something like Missouri. Well, I guess like northern Missouri is a little bit different, but like down by St. Louis, like down by Carbondale, it's not the Midwest, dude.
It
is not the Midwest.
It's definitely more southern influenced, I say, yeah,
for sure.
Which is, it's fine. St. Louis is an odd place.
I'm not a huge fan, but
I don't know if I was either. Well, for one thing, it's the only time I've literally bombed. Like I bombed hard.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
And
people are like, "Oh boy."
It was a humbling experience, and because it was at like the venue was actually pretty sweet. It was like we went through a cheesecake factory. It was in a mall movie theater.
Hell yeah.
So like, this is pretty nice. But the thing is, most of the fans there were there for basically it was like a guy's weird movie night who was a found footage fan, and he asked them to come do that.
Got it.
So a lot of people there were expecting it to be like a weird movie night, or weren't necessarily found footage fans, I think. So when I came out after videos had been playing and I start talking, they're like, the hell? This guy's talking now? And like, I was doing the like, you guys ready for the Found Footage Festival? And they were like, just silent.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then like, all my little like, dumb sort of jokes were just not landing.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I'm just like, so in a way it's a...
Yeah, so anyways,
you got to get one of those in
St. Louis is what we're saying. Kiss our fucking asses, dude. No, I've just never been a huge fan of St. Louis. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a different place.
I also don't like driving through it. It's confusing. I think I've taken a wrong exit every time I've driven just straight. Like I'm just trying to get from like Illinois to the other side of Missouri, like whatever, and I'm just going through St. Louis. And just for some reason, I always will take some wrong fucking exit.
Oh, yeah. That Missouri drive is pretty nasty. That from Missouri from St. Louis to Kansas City.
Oh, yeah. Nothing.
Entering Kansas City is crazy.
Yeah.
Like they have crazy traffic.
Yeah.
Is this interesting? People talking about traffic?
I don't know. I have no idea. There's some loud things happening outside right now.
Loud?
Is it a party?
We're in the big city.
Yeah, it's the buzz is real, man. The Big Apple. No, I love. Do you see the news? Speaking of Kansas City, that Elijah's show, the Rewind, Analog Sunday, is moving to the Stray Cat. Did you ever go to the Stray Cat?
No, but I heard it's really cool.
I love the Stray Cat. It's awesome. I actually never went to the other place because every fucking time my dumb movie played or was supposed to play, something happened and I got sick or whatever. But yeah, he's moving locations to the Stray Cat, and Stray Cat's awesome.
That's what I think you told me, and I think I've heard from other people. That's really awesome. Kansas City kind of rules.
I love Kansas City because it's like
rules.
it's got a little Rockford vibe to it, which is
A little bit.
our Elm region. It's a little industrial, a little
Yeah.
It's got great barbecue.
Got a little grit behind it.
It's got a little fucking kind of like us, dude. little.
It's kind of like real salt of the earth guys, you know.
No, but it's really. I mean, I love Elijah, dude. I love all those people. I love all the people I've met down there. It's fucking awesome.
I got to meet Elijah when we did that show.
Hell yeah, dude.
For the first time in real life, and he's a great guy.
It's a great guy, dude.
He was very excited. He brought me some super weird Christian tape. It was like a play, and it had this really grotesque Jesus on the front cover.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He's like, I think you need to have this.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
Not to, I think, I won't spill too many details, but I believe Leech is going to play down there in the summer, sometime at the beginning of summer, end of spring. So
nice.
So yeah,
that'll be fun.
I'll probably get sick, or there will be a snowstorm in June or something.
Right.
You know, something will happen. But
we tried to do. So that was like in January last year.
We tried January, and then the weather shut us down. It was like going to be like negative 20 or something,
and then ice storm.
And it's not that like. I mean, I considered just being like, "Fuck it, let's just go anyways." But like, nobody would have showed up. So like, it's like, might as well just cancel it for everybody, and then. So we canceled at that time, and we rescheduled it for the end of July, like my birthday weekend, and I got COVID. Yeah. That may have been the last when we were hanging. Was that when we hung out?
That might have been.
And when we watched I can't remember when we watched fucking Camp Blood or whatever.
Oh yeah, the whole time.
I've gotten COVID 17 and a half times at this point, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I got fucking. I was like getting sniffly. A couple of days before, I was like, fuck, I think I'm getting a cold, dude. And I really didn't get that sick. So I was like, I'm just going to go and like maybe wear a mask so I don't get people. And then somebody convinced me, just take a COVID test just to see. And I was like, no way it's going to be COVID. And then it fucking was, dude.
What the hell?
It fucking was.
Like every new cool version of it.
It's fucking bullshit.
Every cool new variant.
I had a couple. I mean, that one was not bad. Knock on wood. Hopefully they just keep getting not as bad. And then it's just like a cold or whatever. So I had a cold fucking a month ago, dude. I hate my fucking life.
So we have our the Cinema Grabass top 4 movies of the year.
Top 4, dude.
Do we have another one? Or wait, did we do 5? We started with the Dead Formats thing. We watched what's that guy's name?
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah,
Mike McCarthy's Damselvis.
Damselvis. Yeah,
we watched that together, sort of.
Gotta be honest, I like it.
Yeah,
it's not going to go on my list though.
Not going to go on your list.
No.
We'll say honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
We're mentioning it.
Also, I like that it's just stuff that this movie came out in the 90s or whatever. And it didn't even did it have a release in 2024? I mean.
Yeah, Saturn IV put it out.
Well, there we go. Never mind.
They
all came out in 2024.
How would you explain it? So it's called Damselvis. It's about, I don't know. It's an SOV thing, very Elvis influenced by this guy, Mike McCarthy, who is an awesome guy. He's a really awesome.
Yeah, you're in his fucking book or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
I interviewed.
Didn't he fucking give you a free ass copy?
He did.
That's crazy.
That was
like an $80 book or something.
$80 book. He did another movie called Teenage Tupelo about, I don't know. It's about another Elvis-y thing, but that one's really cool.
The man loves Elvis.
Yeah, he does. But he also loves like exploitation movies and comic books and all this stuff. And all of his influences are really jammed into these movies, and they're pretty interesting. And actually, Teenage Tupelo is better than Damselvis. I think so.
I liked Damselvis, but I was kind of like, you're smashing too many things into one thing, and
that's kind of his thing. He smashes a lot. But he wrote a book about, or collected all the info and interviews and things he's ever done about Teenage Tupelo into this really nice book published by Fantagraphics, which is like the cool publisher for alternative comics and stuff.
It's pretty cool.
So, and he was a comic guy, so he probably had an in with
right.
So yeah, they actually published the 90s Bleeding Skull book too.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I have that.
Yeah. Fantagraphics published that, which is they don't really do that much movie stuff, so it's an interesting fit. But
yeah, it was a fun time.
It was
that venue was kind of weird.
It was a little tight. Yeah, it was a little
for at least for the screenings it was fine, but
yeah,
for the actual convention it was a little squeezed.
Sweaty VHS nerdy,
hot, disgusting. I also remember I ran your table for about 5 minutes, and during that time somebody wanted to know how much one of the only unpriced things on your table was. So I was like,
it was
this is very annoying. You tried to step away for 5 seconds, and I'm like, this guy wants to know.
Yeah. Well, shout out Dead Formats. Noel's an awesome lady.
Dead fart mats, which is what I like to call it.
Dead Formats, yeah.
Speaking of the South, dude, some of those motherfuckers in Indianapolis kind of got a little southern.
I mean, most of Indiana, it seems like. Yeah.
Which is, again, what's that? That's kind of the Midwest, I don't know. Who cares? Fuck it.
I don't understand regions.
I don't understand anything.
I don't understand life.
I don't get it, dude.
What time are we at?
We're at 38 minutes. Stop looking, dude. We'll go for, this is a Rogan episode, dude. We're going for 6 hours.
Well, I wanted to know when I might need to present you with something here.
Present.
Yeah.
Present. Whenever you want to, dude.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be the last thing that we do, or do you?
Not necessarily. Maybe we should bust it out now.
Bust it, dude.
Santa Claus might have stopped by today.
Santa Claus. Well, now I feel like a fucking dickhead, dude, because I don't like when people give presents because I will not. So,
well, that's because you only think of yourself, David.
No, it's because I'm poor and dying, okay?
Why don't you read? Be careful with it. Read who it's from and to.
To Lil Danny Dawkins from Santa. It's a shout out from past episodes. Okay, I have to keep talking. I'm going to open this.
Okay.
I got to put the mic down.
David's putting the mic down. It's a Christmas present that Santa Claus dropped off here the other night. And I think he's... Well, let's see what he thinks.
I hate this shit. You realize that, like, before I, I'll leave everyone in suspense for a moment. I'm an only child.
Sure.
So I grew up having like birthday parties where my entire family would surround me and go and just wait for me to open presents. So I don't like this at all. I hate this. And then I would have to, even if I didn't like something, I had to just be like, I love it. So this is actually my nightmare, dude.
Okay, well, sorry.
Millions are watching me right now, dude.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
sorry I was generously
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Got a friend a gift around Christmas. I mean, Santa Claus did. Santa Claus dropped it off. He's still slowly open.
Savory. I don't want to break it, dude.
Yep, you got to be careful. Yeah.
This is...
All right, he's got it open. He knows what it is now.
Oh, my God, dude. I'm not listening.
I'm not exaggerating. This is the greatest gift I've ever gotten in my entire life.
Do you think it'll pick up on camera? Yeah. So, David just unwrapped the Christmas gift. It is a large print of every Joker in history in a Last Supper scenario. We got that's Heath, right? Heath Ledger. He's burning a pile of money. Even got a little callback to the animated series Joker.
This is absolutely twisted.
Yeah.
This is so twisted.
It's about the most twisted Christmas gift you could possibly.
Did you get this at a truck stop?
I got it at a real classy establishment. Oh, let's say that. Yeah.
You got it at like an art museum?
Yeah, it was like Bed Bath & Beyond. I think they have those now.
Really? Yeah, this is incredible, dude.
Is that going up in the office?
This is going up. I'm gonna hang it on my car. I'm gonna hang it out the window while I'm driving. This is gonna be everywhere, dude. This is gonna be fucking everywhere. Yeah, this is incredible, dude.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. Enjoy.
Thank you. Thanks, Santa.
Yep. So we've...
For real, where did Santa get that?
You want to really know?
Yeah.
The mall that's over here.
Really?
Yeah. There's a little
so funny.
There's an amazing kiosk there that has like all these lenticular like Scarface posters and like Dragon Ball Z stuff. And that I was actually just walking by and I like did a double take. I'm like,
you're like, oh my God, that's it.
I know who that's for.
Yeah. It's incredible. I'm literally not joking. That's the best gift I've ever gotten in my entire life, dude.
Look at this. The holiday season.
It's Christmas spirit, joy, stuff. I felt happiness for about 3.5 seconds.
There you go.
Great, dude.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Well,
David was happy for 3 seconds.
I got you nothing, and
hey, that's okay.
We'll just sit here and that.
David, podcasting with you is all I ever needed.
The fuck up. Oh, speaking of, I still have not seen the second Joker. Have you?
I saw a little bit of it in a hotel recently.
Wow.
Just a little bit.
Was it tight?
It's kind of what you think, like what we were expecting. And the singing is very strange, which I think I like. I think I like the singing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel, again, I haven't seen it, but I heard that they didn't like have any songs written or anything they just like sing they just sing songs.
Oh, really?
Randomly, which on one hand is like weird and stupid, and that kind of interests me. But on the other hand, I'm like, when it's a musical, isn't it supposed to be like songs that are like telling the story?
Right.
That's just what I've heard. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I saw so little of it, I didn't pick up on that, but
yeah.
Oh, while we're on the topic of Christmas, too, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Do you like Christmas movies at all?
I don't not like them, but I don't like, not like, I love Christmas, I'm not like, I mean, I like Black Christmas a lot. Does that count, or is that a horror movie? Is that a horror movie? Or?
As both. But
I also love, I made this joke earlier because you were doing some Christmas shopping around town, and you were like, I might be a little bit later, and I said, you're a real Clark Griswold.
Right. There you go.
About it. I do love Christmas Vacation. I love Christmas Vacation a lot.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Me and my dad and my family used to watch that around the holidays all the time.
Yep, likewise. It holds up pretty well. A lot of those Christmas comedies I love so much, but they've been played so many times that some of the punch is lost maybe a little bit. But
that's one of those movies that I feel like now if I put it on, or if it's on, I'm not really watching it. It's just on.
It's comforting to have it playing. Yeah, I get that.
Doesn't it suck when you like remember a thing being the best thing of all time, and then you're like a grown man and you put it on, and you're like,
that's happened way too many times.
It happens all the time. Man.
Yeah.
All the time. Actually, sometimes I go, it might just be better to never watch movies again, just to remember them being good.
I had one of those recently, actually, and it was a movie I wanted to bring up because I found at Laurie's Planet of Sound here in Chicago, in Lincoln Square. Shout out Laurie's Planet of Sound.
Shout out.
In their used DVD section, a copy of the Garbage Pail Kids movie. And I remember loving it. It was like a forbidden fruit as a kid. And I'm like, this is so great. I rewatched it when I was in school, like in my early 20s. And I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I never want to see it again. And then I rewatched it when I found it just, a couple months ago. And I loved it. So that was a weird,
you did a full 180 on that motherfucker, dude.
I mean, it's terrible. And
there are certain things where, like, I liked the thing when I was getting at the Insane Clown Posse, for example.
Okay.
Not a movie, but
sure,
theatrical nonetheless. But when I got into them when I was a young kid, like 10, maybe. I was 10 or 11 or something. So, like, ripe for clown rap, I loved it for a long. I was very, very into it, and then I got into punk and hardcore and stuff, and I was like, "You can't like the Insane Clown Posse, dude." So I just got rid of all that. I forgot that I even liked it. But now, as a grown man, I think I like Insane Clown Posse even more than I ever have.
Yeah,
so it's kind of there's sometimes when you're in your 20s, you're like, "This isn't even good, dude." But then when you get in your 30s and 40s, you go, "So."
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? I like it, okay?
I mean, you have different outlooks at different points in your life.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, Garbage Pail Kids, the movie, is still, it's objectively not good.
Right. That's what I mean.
Bad.
Like, yeah.
There's a charm.
You can like it.
Yeah.
Just because something is bad doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
And that's period.
Yeah. You can like it. Like, it strikes certain weird chords with me. Like,
right.
They're horrifying puppet heads on dwarfs.
Yeah.
And like that falls into my little straight world and mindset. And
that's what the inside of your twisted brain looks like.
Yeah, it's always just weird little dwarfs with the masks on in my head.
Yeah.
And
little people. Dude.
Oh,
watch it, dude.
Sorry.
You're gonna get canceled, dude.
No, I thought you can't. Can you say dwarfs?
I don't know. I have no idea. I just figured I would throw a wrench in this whole thing by calling you racist or whatever. Or ableist. Is it ableist?
I think it's ableist, yeah.
Well, he's racist too, folks. So
no, I am not, even.
But yeah, dude, there's definitely. I mean, fucking. Not to say that David the Rock Nelson isn't a talented filmmaker,
sure,
but like some of his stuff is a little rough around the edges. Let's put it that way. But people love it.
That's true.
Who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah. I mean,
I saw on Facebook, David Rock Nelson's bragging about a $400 check he got 8 years ago. Okay, so follow your dreams, kids.
that's incredible.
Dude, his Facebook is one of my favorite things of all time. Dude, he literally, I'm not joking. He did like the, on this day on Facebook or whatever, and it's him holding up a check for $453.
Oh, is that what you sent me?
That's what I sent you today. And he reposted it. He posted it in like 2016. That's when he got the check.
Yeah.
And he reposted it this last week and was like, to all the people that said I would never make a dime on my monster movies. And it's like, damn, dude.
That's awesome.
It's awesome, but also like that was 8 years ago, dude. And also, I know for a fact he's made more than that recently.
Yeah. What's a milestone for the guy?
I guess, yeah.
One of my favorite screen grabs. I feel bad that I screen grab his stuff sometimes.
Oh, I do it every day.
But there was an amazing, like you know, sometimes how you'll get like a notification sometimes that a friend did something for some reason, and I don't know why, but
I don't know why either.
I got this notification that David the Rock Nelson shared 200 photos on Facebook. I screen grabbed it. It's one of my favorite things
Let
ever.
me guess. Those were probably his photos, I'd imagine. Because he goes through and just reshares his own shit.
He shared 200 at once.
Just at the library, probably.
Yeah, they're
Just
selling
out.
the color. Should I talk about that part?
Let's leave it out.
Leave it out?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm very charmed that he still prints his DVD covers at the public library. Of course. That's very cool. But he went in, I won't go into the details, but he was telling me some stories about some of the people that go to the library and some of his interactions.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll just leave it at that.
And it's funny that he's certainly that for other people.
He's a character.
Yes.
If you don't,
He's got interactions and characters that he likes to talk about.
Yeah.
He's certainly that for other people that get to the library.
If you don't know David the Rock, he's going to be, he could be a lot to take. He could be a lot to take.
Oh yeah. I know when producer Brian, when we first met him IRL at Analog for that screening of Course for Christmas, and he was there because he's got that, you and him have that beautiful scene, and then you meet together.
That's true.
But Brian was kind of like, I cannot deal with this guy. I think he's warmed up to him a little bit since then, but yeah.
I've noticed that ladies don't like, they're very uncomfortable around the Rock. I mean, not all encompassingly, but there have been some times where I've been around ladies and they're like,
it's because he's really in your face.
Yeah.
And, that can be off-putting to certain people.
He's a little on the aggressive side. But harmless. He's a nice guy. He's a very nice guy. And I feel like there was one more movie we had in the docket here. I don't know.
What is happening, dude?
Oh, that's my heat.
This shit's about to explode in this motherfucker, dude.
Do you think the mic's gonna pick that up?
Who cares? I don't give a fuck.
Special guest, my heat.
Other movies.
Oh, we got.
How could there possibly be? We just named off upwards of 5 or 6, or something.
I think we were talking about this before, but this is literally the most movie talk we've ever done.
Yeah, on and off the podcast, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. We usually talk about like pizza and farts and.
Yep. Pizza, farts.
I talk about killing myself, and you're like, "Stop!
Yeah.
Please stop."
Yep. And then it's more pizza.
What's?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if there's any other.
I think we covered every movie.
Every fucking movie in the world, dude.
Yeah. I don't know if I like movies.